Hey viewers, welcome to another game of the Casual Pro Gamer. Today we're doing once again a StarCraft 2 game between TSLPolt and SlayerSMin. So both of them are pretty well known. We especially saw quite a lot from TSLPolt. It is of course a Zerg versus Terran or Terran versus Zerg, whatever you want. And yeah, I haven't done these in a while, so I'm going to have to get used to the controls again. The main reason for not doing them more often is that there weren't a whole lot of people watching them, and it is of course very hard to keep up with both of the games. Plus, I kinda got pissed off at the people running the website where I got my replays, because I obviously wanted to post my channel on there, so every time I cast a game, which was once a day, I posted a comment on that game that I did that on my channel with a link to my channel. So I cast the game with a link to my channel. And they, at some point, because nobody left comments, at some point they removed all of my comments from all the games, and that just really pissed me off, because I am the one guy apparently that does these comments off of their site, and then yeah, they do this kind of crap. But anyway, I'm over it, and I hope they will allow me to post comments on their thing again. But it's really annoying. I mean, I'm trying to get some more people to watch StarCraft, and yeah, it's hard enough to find that because well, you have a few really big names in this commentary business, like Husky and HD, and yeah, for the rest, not a whole lot of famous people are doing this. Well, of course you still have a lot of people doing this, but yeah, I mean Day9, but Day9 is really a deity in that sense. I mean, nobody can top that. So, but he doesn't need any introduction. It's really hard as a beginning StarCraft 2 caster to, well, get your name out there, especially because the people that are actually famous in this don't really want to help you. I mean, I help out a lot of the League of Legends people to make a name for themselves, to get them better known, and yeah, apparently that is not shared by everyone, and especially not the SC2 people. So we see a spawning pool after the expansion, and yeah, not a lot has happened. We saw the extractor trick, but that is hardly worth mentioning. It's something to do for the early game. We see some Zerglings coming up, probably. No, just the queens. 2 queens coming up. Normally we see well, 1 more queen being produced after that. But for now, 2 queens, 2 Zerglings, and a Zergling speed. Of course, Zergling speed can be researched even though there is no Zergling up. And 2 Marines are out. That is not a big deal. The Marines are not going to attack. 4 Marines are actually out. The Marines are not going to attack yet, and as long as the Zerg player here keeps an eye on those, he should be okay. So the Zerg player is going to make sure he gets advanced warning of anything coming his way, and yeah, scouting around for, well, just to look for proxies, to make sure that he knows where the army is, and that he doesn't get sneaked upon. Wow, that was really an incredibly bad sentence, but it's all good. It's all good. We see the 2 Marines coming here, and they're not going to catch the Zergling as long as he micros it correctly. Okay, or they're just going to shoot it. Apparently, they already shot it a couple of times. The automaton is also there. He is of course a vital part of this game, and yeah, both of the Marines are going to go down. So that's 1 Zergling for 2 Marines. That is not a good trade, because a Zergling is worth about half a Marine. That's why Zerglings are so expendable. You can just lose them if you want. As long as you don't lose too many, you should be fine. Same goes for Marines, but Marines are a little bit more expensive, and he is going to try to sneak in, but finds out that he cannot really attack anything without getting attacked. He's trying, yeah, he gets the mule, and he gets the mule for, I think, 4 Zerglings, well, 6 total, and that was probably not worth it, depending on how long the mule had lived until then. But yeah, the better thing to do would be to drop your mules in the main base for now, until you get a good defense out. Because losing mules is pretty expensive. Mules give you quite a lot of money. Well, minerals, resources. Well, they give you minerals, and minerals are resources, not money. So yeah, the what are they called? Creep tumor. The creep tumor goes down, and yeah, he just has these two things. Two Hellions out just to rest a little bit. Of course, they're not really good against queens, but in large numbers they are. Normally we see 4 out. Let's see if he has that reactor on his factory. He does. So we are going to see 6 of them. We see some marauders coming out. The marauders, of course, good against heavy units. So you can see versus armored they do double damage, and versus light they do virtually no damage. So he's going to have those out, and let's see. He currently has 6 of the Hellions out, and is he producing any more? Yes, he is producing 2 more. So yeah, that should all be good. So a lot of research being done. So upgrades going up. The queen getting attacked a little bit, and the creep tumors are going to spread. He is going to protect those if he can. And yeah, look at those nice little movements in the creep, man. They just updated that. Well, not just, but it wasn't in the original game. And one of the creep tumors actually survives. The other one is over here, so that survives as well. So for those of you unaware, Slayer is, or Slayers I should say, is the team tag of, I think, the most famous StarCraft 1 player, which is Boxer. And in my opinion that is the most, well, still the best player out there. Of course, Flash came a few generations later and actually probably did more in terms of winning, but when Boxer was still active, he just completely dominated everything. So the Marauders are going to be really good against these Banelings, because well, Banelings do extra damage versus light, and Marauders are armored. As you can see, armored biological. That's how you see that. And yeah, they are going to do very well against the Banelings. Of course, they are not going to do very well against these Zerglings, and that's why the Hellions are here. So a great combination. Does well against everything. It yeah, it works out really well for him, and he snipes hatchery there. Hatcheries aren't as expensive as command centers are, but still it really sucks to lose a base like that. Of course, the Zerg army just destroyed the entire Terran army, so it's still worth it. I mean, Zerg base is 300 minerals, no gas, and this the army he just killed is worth way more than that. So yeah, eventually the Banelings are going to kill the Marauders, of course, but you need way more than, well, you need against Marines. That's why he's going Marauders. So we're going to keep producing those, now going into Marines, but going to keep producing those heavy units. And now building a reactor on that starport, and that means medevacts are coming out, and or more medevacts are coming out, or maybe he is going for these Vikings. Vikings are, of course, not very well or used very often in this matchup, because there aren't a whole lot of flying units here. But of course the Overlords, they do fly, and if you can snipe all the Overlords, that is going to really hold the production on the Zerg player, not just because of the resource or the supply count, but also because they cost 100 minerals to replace. and every time you you have 100 minerals less, so every time you snipe one, the enemy has 100 minerals less. So nothing upgrading for now. Well, there, I mean, he is upgrading the armor and weapons on that that infantry army, but for now, yeah, that's the only thing he's doing. So drop over here. Going to try to snipe the queen and snipe some drones, and that is exactly what he's doing. So Zerglings coming in, they're going to prevent the sniping of any of the drones, and that's the only thing that matters. The queen can be replaced. He's probably training, yeah, 2 more. So just to not on this one though. Just to prevent those drops, any further drops, he's going to position a queen over here, or well, 2 queens over here probably, to infuse those hatcheries with new larvae. And by doing that, oh, not attacking, just retreating those Zerglings, and he needs to, yeah, just attack those units, because the Zerglings are supposed to be able to do this, but it takes them forever to kill a Marauder. Because Marauders are armed, they take less damage from any unit, and because Zerglings do a lot of damage, but very slowly. They do 6 damage now, and yeah, if you have armor 1, then it reduces your damage by 1. So you do 5 damage instead of 6, and yeah, especially early game, that can really make a big difference. Against a tank, of course, it doesn't really matter that much. First of all, because you have armor, he does 50 damage instead of 35, so that already puts quite a dent in that armor, of course. But even if he didn't, so even if you're an unarmored unit and get some armor because of the upgrades, he does a 35 damage, and 1 damage off of 35 is not as much, of course, as 1 damage off of 6, 5, or whatever you have. And Marines, same deal. They now do 8 damage because they have the level 2 upgrade. They start off with something like 6. I think it's 1 damage for each level up for Marines. But yeah, if you have armor against Marines, that of course works out really well. And yeah, that's exactly what we normally see people go for. Here, level 2 armor, so that works out really well for them, going up against those Marines. But of course, it is later in the game now, so it doesn't really matter too much. And yeah, the dropship getting sniped, sorry, medevac getting sniped. Dropships are from StarCraft 1. They are exactly the same unit, except they didn't heal, so all they could do was pick up units and drop them. And that just wasn't as useful as the current medevacs are. But back then you had medics, and medics were way better than the medevacs are now, because they were cheaper, and they kind of melted with your army. They could also block units, and that's why they made the medevacs, because they blocked units. You could make a whole wall of medics and then put your Marines behind it, and then Zerglings would get stuck on the medics, because the AI didn't understand that they had to attack the medics first in order to reach the Marines, but the Zerglings wanted to run around, and then yeah, they just got stuck. And that's why they made the flying units now. Because now, yeah, because the priority otherwise gets screwed up. Oh wow, and the tanks do a lot of damage here. And yeah, the tanks obviously getting sniped there by the flying units. The flying units, of course, yeah, the perfect counter against those tanks, because the tanks cannot shoot up unless you're the A-team. Then you can shoot airplanes with a tank. But they are not. They are Terran, not human. Although they're pretty much the most human thing in this game. So yeah, the Queen going to town on these medevacs, but the medevacs still going to heal up quite a lot. The stimpaks being used, and we have a little bit of lag going on, but it should be okay. A Thor coming out, going to deal with those flying units. because of course the Thors can shoot up, and yeah, the Queen gets taken out, the Overlord gets taken out. So Marines, Thors, they can all shoot up, and we have a lot of Marines coming in. And of course, with those medevacs, they are pretty good at holding the line against any type of unit. So with this base, once again, going to get... Oh no, it's not going to get taken down because he distracts the enemies with a little bit of an attack, and I'm going to take this middle, the watchtower here. Going to see, or yeah, well, it's called it Zelnaga Tower now. It used to be a Zelnaga Watchtower. Yeah, he sees everything that's going on, but still loses that base, because that base is basically undefendable as long as this is up here. Needs to destroy that first in order to defend that base. The Thor gets taken out, and that is a pretty hefty price to pay for that base, because the Thor is probably worth as much as that base was. Of course, the base wasn't mining, so it wasn't a big deal that he lost it. But still, it could have been mining, and I think he's pretty much mined out in the rest of his bases. A new base here up, but this is now his new base, and well, he does have this one, I guess. And he has no minerals here. He has no minerals here. So yeah, he needs to hold this this last base, because if he can't hold that, he is going to be at one base, and that is going to suck for him. Well, the Terran player is also on one base, so yeah, losing this base, cancelling it. So he does get the minerals back for that. Loses a few drones, but not too many. But yeah, here is where it gets interesting, because now, yeah, the Terran player just cuts off the reinforcement by taking this position and then standing between the two ramps, going to take out this base, and once he loses this base, it is all over. But the Thor goes down, the rest of the units might actually go down. Yes, the entire army is going to go down, and he keeps his base. He keeps most of his drones. He lost a few. Let's see, what was that? Oh, I forgot. No! No! I think we were something like... Okay, sorry, I hit the wrong key there, obviously. Sucks to be me. Yeah, I'm not sure where we are in the game. Pretty sure we're somewhere in the back already. Can we see this fight? Oh yeah, we're almost in the end here. Man, I'm sorry about that. That really sucked. I don't think we were this far in. Anyway, we'll keep it at 18 minutes, see where we are. Oh man, I can't believe I made that mistake. It is something like that. I just did Shift T, and that completely rewound the whole game, or Shift R, something like that. But I know there is something that allows me to show well, the deaths, the amount of I'll look it up. Man, that was pretty stupid. Anyway, we see this fight again, I guess. So yeah, the Terran player going to move in, and I don't think this is the same fight, but yeah, because now he's going to actually take out this base. So we're a little bit ahead now. Once again, I'm sorry about that. No, we actually did see this. Yeah, everything gets taken out except for the Mutalisks, and yeah, so we did see this fight. This base is going to be rebuilt, and yeah, I'm just going to fast forward a little bit until we are at the same point, or around the same point again. No, faster. There we go. Sorry for the mess. I'm supposed to write that down before doing anything. He's going to lose this here, yeah, while holding this, so we already saw that. And yeah, he still keeps scouting. So he sent out one Marine to just scout around for additional bases, making sure that he knows what's going on. And he knows that there's only one base up that he needs to destroy, and that is this base. That's why he's going in for the attack, because he knows that this is his only base. But yeah, he has a planetary fortress, and as long as you keep pushing, the enemy cannot push you. So that's basically the way it works. That's how it always works. And yeah, that's why it's a good thing to just be aggressive. The best defense is a good offense. And yeah, just a whole lot of things getting taken out. The base gets cancelled, and we are going back into that same attack. Yeah, a lot of mules up here. Let me see the income tab. So as you can see, the Terran getting a lot more done. He has a lot more harvesters as well. Man, I can't believe that I can't remember that key combination. So yeah, the armies are about the same size, or they used to be about the same size. They spent the same amount on it, and yeah, this gets taken out, but he still has 2 Thors and 2 tanks somewhere on the map, probably over here somewhere. Yeah, there's one at least. Maybe there are 2. No, it's only one. So anyway, here is where we were. And yeah, there's a bunch of medevacs out. The medevacs are going to heal up these Marines pretty effectively, and going to push in for this fight. They're pretty much mined out, except for that one base. But as long as as long as he keeps pressuring in, there is nothing that the Zerg player can do. And we actually were at the end of the replay. That is yeah, that's quite sad. So I made you watch like 5 minutes of extra gameplay, even though we already won. Yeah, as you can see, the production completely halted. He had nothing left, and the Terran player just coming in with a bigger army. He mined out this base, and this base, so he just had more because the Zerg player only mined out this, and is only, well, halfway done here. And this base already lost. He doesn't have any other bases up, while the Terran player does have this base up. So yeah, the extra income just making it work for the Terran player. And yeah, I'm sorry for the little bit of a mess. I need to regain my my skills in this, because it is a completely different game from what I normally do. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. GG.